All right, so this chapter, the Europeans are going out and starting to explore all around the world, and the reasons that they want to do so can be summed up pretty simple: God, gold, and glory, known as the three G's. It's an extremely expensive affair to start going around the world, but the Europeans start to see that it could pay potentially off huge dividends. They start to able to chart the world's oceans, gain advantages with communication, transportation, and most of all, they're going to start to get even wealthier. You see both investment from private and public institutions, the government's going as well. Portugal is going to be our first country mainly out there. They're looking for seals, whales, timber, land to grow more wheat, etc. They're going to take over some land such as the Azores in the eastern Atlantic, and then with the help of Italian investors, they start to establish sugar plantations there. They want to try to get to Asia. They want to try to get to Asia. They saw what the Mongols had done with like the Pax Mongolica, but they want to get there by ocean. So right now they have to go through Muslim lands in the Middle East and the Prince in Cairo, but they want to try to find a workaround. And so what they work for is that sea route. They want Indian pepper, they want Chinese ginger, they want cloves, they want nutmeg with the Spice Islands. They also try to want to get to Africa, I think Mansa Musa, with gold and ivory. And the guy who's going to lead this is Prince Henry. He's known as Prince Henry the Navigator. He wants to basically cut the middlemen out. He's going to open up tons of schools, and he's going to try to just find new ways for Europeans to get to Asia. And so what we have here is that Europeans couldn't have done this before. Europeans couldn't have done this before mainly due to the fact they didn't have the technology. You now have basically technology from the Middle East, so from Arabs and from the Chinese, and that is how the technology is going to allow them to start to explore. Now, the rudder on the stern basically allows ships to steer easier throughout. The magnetic compass helps them know where north is the entire time so they can figure out what direction they're headed in. The astrolabe and the sextant will help them figure out how far north and south they are from the equator. Still can't measure how far east and west they are, but they can measure how far north and south they are. A big one is also the knowledge of ocean currents. The ocean currents, they found like they work like a wheel and that they follow patterns. This helps them in the Indian Ocean. This also helps them in the Atlantic Ocean, where they can use those ocean currents to sail the best they can. They also have better sails, the Lantine sails, that they can catch the wind and just go. No one can go against the wind yet. You don't have any way to do that. But you can use the currents to your advantage as you go throughout. All in all, Valdemar returned to the sea. They would often have to sail a long ways out. For instance, to get around the tip of Africa, you actually have to get really close to Brazil. And so as a whole, the technology was not there before, and now the Europeans have it. So you really have this perfect mixture of things going on. They have the Europeans wanting to go out and they want to find a land route or a sea route to Asia. God, gold, and glory. God, they want to spread Christianity. Glory, they want glory for their country, pride, power, etc. And gold. They want more stuff. And so those three things combined with all this new technology allows the Europeans to really get out and start to explore the world outside of Europe.